Hey folks, this is Mark Kelly again with Inbound Revenue. I'm going to talk to you today about the current final chapter of final lesson of how to sell PPC, how to sell Google Ads. This is lesson 6, and I'm going to talk about how to price your services. So it's super important that you price your services so you're profitable. I think if you're using a white label provider, the ideal model for your business is to outsource as much as you possibly can. If you are offering web design, SEO, PPC, you should really focus on lead generation and sales and marking up the products and services enough that you're making money. Or if you're offering, if you already do SEO and you're adding other services, make sure you have a markup in there so that you can make some money on these. So I'm going to talk a little bit about options for marking up your products. I'm going to refer to some notes. So if you see me glancing, that's what I'm doing. Some of the questions you want to ask yourself initially is, are you including this service as a part of a package of services? That's a 7-figure agency approach with Josh Nelson. It's a good approach. You package a whole bunch of services together. You get them to sign a contract. You run their website, their SEO, their paid search for X number of months. Have you just launched SEO and you want to generate some leads? We run into this a lot. SEO agencies know that it's going to take months to generate leads and things, so they bundle in PPC as an option to get some immediate leads to keep the clients on board. And finally, this is not my favorite, but are you rolling ad spend into your package, or does the client pay for that? I certainly like the model where the client pays their own ad spend. So the models that you have, first one I'll talk about is the simplest one. It's basically where you take our pricing or your white label provider's pricing, and you either just add a percentage or you multiply it by a certain amount. So if we charge you $4.99, you charge $9.98. That's the doubling the price. Or you just say, I'm going to add $400 to whatever you charge, and that's what I'm going to earn off of this, and I'm going to go sell a lot of it. There's a lot of agencies that also use charge a fee plus a percentage of the ad spend. For example, we're going to charge you $500 plus 10% of the ad spend. That gets a little more complicated. Personally, I like simpler models, but that's just me. Never been a fan of that particular model because it's very variable. If you take the straight markup approach, then that really says I've niched down. I'm just going to sell. I'm going to focus on sales. I'm just going to sell a lot of them, because then you're generating revenue for yourself and you're not really doing any work except client communications at that point. And then it's not bad, if you sell 10, 20, 30 accounts, you probably need to get yourself off the ground, and you're not going to have other associated expenses like I do, contractors and software and operations and everything. So you're really just selling the service, doing client communications, or hiring that out to an account manager and selling. So that's a really good approach. Another approach is to bundle the service in, like PPC, website design, SEO, bundle it all in and charge a flat fee, $2,500 a month, for example. But get a contract if you're doing that sort of thing. And typically you want to control the marketing at that point. So, and make sure you're providing value, because remember, the client's going to look at their monthly credit card, they're going to see the charge, and they're going to be like, if you don't have them locked into a contract, which we don't require you to, but if you're going for a package approach, you probably want to lock your client into a contract so that you have time to get your money back. You're going to spend a lot of money up front on web design and SEO and things like that. So you really want to approach that with a contract if at all possible. I do think that that's probably the best approach, because one thing, if you are targeting, especially if you're not targeting the best niche in the world and you have a high amount of churn, you don't want to be just offering one service. You want to be locked into the client as much as you possibly can. I think the trickiest one is if you're paying the ad spend for the client. I don't like that because of possibility of chargebacks and the fact that it's pulling money out of your pocket that you might not have in terms of cash flow. Some people will bundle that in. Now, in that case, you're going to have to raise your overall rates, and I think you almost have to be offering a package of services. If you're going to spend $2,000 in ad spend, in addition to all the services you're offering, you're going to have to charge $4 or $5 grand for the monthly. The other thing that I don't like about that is lots of times there's not visibility for the clients. We always work in our client's Google Ads account. not in hours. There's complete visibility to the campaigns and the landing page and call tracking and everything else. So that one seems like the least viable approach to me. But again, these are ways that you can price your Google Ads services so that you can make money profitably. And I think the key lesson is, if you're going to outsource, just focus on sales, focus on lead gen, find a markup method that you're comfortable with, and sell, sell, sell. So that's lesson 6. I'll be back on the YouTube, the Inbound Revenue YouTube channel with more stuff for you. If you have questions, comments, drop them below. If you need to reach out to me, you can find me on Facebook or go to the Inbound Revenue and fill out the Contact Us form. I look forward to talking to you guys more. Talk again soon.